Yo guys, it's CF here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back with some more Chelsea transfer news. Transfer news that is big around Chelsea right now. Right now it's going berserk, and we've got a lot that's happened over the past couple of days. We've got news that has happened today, news that happened last night, yesterday-ish, you know what I'm trying to say. And then one bit of news that happened 3 days ago that I want to give my 2 cents on, so that will come at the end of the video. But we're approaching the end of the transfer window now, January. We're approaching the end of January transfer window, and things are finally starting to kick into gear. Is it in a good way or a bad way? I don't know. You guys will be the judge of that. Let me know in the comments down below after I've read out everything. So before we do get into everything, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I load a video. Also, first link in the description of my streaming channel, my second channel. Go and check those out. It'd be very much appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it. So, the first bit of news is one that I'm just dreading. I'm dreading to deliver to you guys. I'm absolutely dreading it. And we spoke about it yesterday. We spoke about it in the last transfer news video. Not briefly. We actually gave like a 5-minute talk about it. Well, there's been developments. It's to do with Garnacho. It's to do with Garnacho. And this is from Fabrizio Romano today. Garnacho concrete possibility. Chelsea are really considering making a bid. Value is £60 million. Chelsea could make a bid in the next hours or days. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. We used to be so... The thing is, with this ownership and how we are in this window, it will not surprise me if we match that £60 million bid or even go higher. It would not surprise me whatsoever. My only hope would be that Garnacho goes, nah, I don't want to go to Chelsea. That would be my only hope, because I actually think we're going to do this. When the rumours started first circulating around, you know, near the start of the window, I was just there like, yeah, this is just PR or something like that. You know, it's something to get maybe Jamie Gittins in, because Jamie Gittins is another name that's going around. And then we heard the rumours the past 4 or 5 days, and I was there like, yeah, I'm still not believing this. I don't believe we're going to go after Garnacho. Are you joking? It's like the Hulk rumours back in the day. If you remember when we was interested in Hulk, yeah? It was like those rumours about him. I was there like, yeah, it's just going to be a name that's touted around with us. Until today and yesterday, where shit has really started hitting the fan now. I mean, shit started hitting the wall. The shit on my wall, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it started to hit the wall. This is starting to get serious. This started to get serious. Yeah? And I am not for this at all, man. I am not for this. Look, I'm not saying Garnacho is a shit player. He's not a shit player. He's a good player. He's a decent player. But like I said in the last video, is he better than Madueke? I don't think so. Is he better than Sancho? No. Is he better than Neto? No. Am I missing something here? Is he better than Jamie Gittins? No. I'd probably say Jamie Gittins is way ahead of him and has way more potential than him, and is cheaper in terms of wages as well. You could bet your bottom dollar that Garnacho is going to be looking for a big bag. And if we are stupid enough to pay it, then we're just laughable. We're just laughable. I think I already said this in the last video as well, like when we were talking about this whole situation. United fans are getting gassed about getting rid of this guy. Doesn't that just say everything? And United are sitting in 14th. They're sitting in 14th, 7 or 8 points off the drop, and they're gassed about getting rid of, you know, a 19-year-old with big potential. Come on, man. Come on. If that's not the sign to say don't go for this guy, I don't know what is. Bin this off, bin this interest off, and go for Jamie Gittins if you're going for somebody. We shouldn't be aiming for these wingers, to be fair. We shouldn't. We've got high potential young wingers that are in our team right now. I wouldn't mind us going for a Jamie Gittins because, you know, the potential is massive. He's like an exception in a sense. But, you know, the players I'm looking for us to go for are Kvaratskhelia, who was there, available, for pretty much the same price that United are looking for Garnacho, with less wages and stuff. But we didn't do that, did we? We didn't go for that. Rafael Leao, another one. You know, he's probably going to cost way more in wages than what Kvaratskhelia and Garnacho would. And probably around just over the price of this. But he holds a caliber. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. You know, those are the type of wingers I'm looking for in the team, in my team. You know what I'm trying to say? Not Garnacho, man. No, not for me. This is an absolute no-go zone. Please, for the love of God, do not do this. Do not do this. And I've seen certain people putting up like compilations of him and saying, bring him to Chelsea and stuff like that. You could put a compilation and clip up loads of players as bits of their career and make them look like an absolute baller. You could do that with bloody Lord Bentner, if you remember Bentner. You could do that with him and make him look like one of the greatest strikers in the Premier League at that moment in time. But was he? No. Oh, God, it's so painful. You could do it with Sterling. Sterling, when he was with us. You could do little clips here and there for him and, he looked amazing. And why did we get rid of him? But in real facts, he was shit. Seriously, let's stop this. Let's stop this, please, for the love of God. It's ludicrous. I don't even know what to say. I don't even want to speak on it even anymore. But it's going to have to be spoken about because it looks like it's the only one to go for. Because, like I said, there was the Jamie Gittins stuff. All that's going around right now is to do with the Jamie Gittins one is, Chelsea have inquired about him, Chelsea really like him, etc, etc. But with Garnacho, it's Chelsea have inquired, Chelsea really like him, Chelsea are thinking about putting a bid in, Chelsea want him, Chelsea might do this in a couple of hours. It's way more on the right side than it is on the left. And as you've seen what I've done right now, right, Garnacho, low, Gittins, left, high. Because Garnacho's nowhere near on the level of Gittins, in my opinion. Nowhere near. What the hell are we doing? Seriously. Anyway, I've spoke about this for 7 minutes already. Let's move past that. I really hope that we don't put the bid in, or if we do, Garnacho says no. Simple as that. And it's even worse as well. Everybody is on about toxicity or stuff like that. They don't want toxic players at their club. Garnacho's brother is a big part of that. He is toxic as hell, especially on Twitter and stuff. Like, he'll put stuff out there. He doesn't care. Let's not do this, man. Seriously. Serious. Anyway, let's move on to striker news, because we've had some striker news over the last couple of days. This comes from Matt Law. So, Chelsea could accelerate a move for a striker this month if an opportunity arises. Juventus striker Dusan Vlahovic is not under consideration, but Ipswich Town's Liam Delap and Benjamin Sesko of RB Leipzig are thought to be among those of interest. It's basically what we basically said the other day. It's the same news, really. We know Sesko and Delap are the options that we are looking at. But there was a brief name there, Dusan Vlahovic. The reason why I think Matt Law said that is because there was rumours going around that we are very, very heavily looking at Vlahovic, but it's been confirmed from Fabrizio, David Ornstein and Matt Law that that's not the case. We're not looking at Vlahovic. I just want to speak quickly on Vlahovic. Before he even popped off, so when he was at Fiorentina, yeah, that's them, the team in the purple kit. I used to look at that guy before he even got the hype. And I really, really like Dusan Vlahovic. Now, the first couple of years at Juventus, I don't think he's been that striker quite, there. But I think last season, you start to see him start to kick into gear a little bit. It's a little bit worrying, the fact that Juve would want to get rid of a player like him if he was meant to be this top-level striker. But if we was interested in Dusan Vlahovic, I think I would prefer him over... Sesko and Delap, for the reasons of Vlahovic has got top-level experience. He's got experience in European competitions and stuff like this. You know what I'm trying to say? He can hold a pedigree in a sense, and we kind of need that. Because if we bring in another young striker, in a sense, again, we're just chucking shit at the wall. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm not saying Sesko and Delap aren't good players. I've praised Delap. I think Delap will be a really good player in the future, but I don't think developing at Chelsea is going to be the right one. And Sesko, again, I really wouldn't mind Sesko. I do like Sesko. I think he's a really good player. But again, he's young. He's got nobody there of experience to help him through these times and stuff like that. So I don't know. But you know, I do rate the 2 strikers that we're going for, but we'll have to see how it, you know, pans out, because I don't think we're going to get striker in January. Not when there's 9 days left of the window. We won't get striker this January, which again is the club absolutely failing Maresca and just being a bunch of idiots. So that's my 2 cents on that. Midfielder options, because we've been talking about midfielders now because of Enzo Fernandez's injury, which is out for 2 weeks. And then we've got an injury to Lavia as well, which is out for apparently 6 to 8 weeks. Apparently that's been touted around, which is a flipping long time. We need midfielders. Wow, this is the recent developments recently. So Chelsea will assess their midfield options before the transfer window shuts and consider whether they need to recall a loanee such as Leslie Ugochukwu or Andre Santos, or even to make a new signing. So, all right. So let's speak about Santos and Ugochukwu. Me personally, I'd keep them both out on loan if there's a possibility of us signing a player. And I don't want us to sign a midfielder. I want us to get a midfielder on loan, which is being touted around right now, where we could be going for a midfielder just for a 6-month straight loan. Because obviously, you know, it's looking like Santos are going to come into the squad next season, which is the correct way to do it, in my opinion. I think we should be letting Andre Santos develop at Strasbourg and keep developing, instead of, you know, being on the bench, well, playing for the next 2 games, then being on the bench for the rest. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's not me saying Santos isn't good enough. He is. I've been saying this for a long, long time. I think Santos is going to be absolutely exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. But let him develop freely at Strasbourg. Don't take him away from that. He's doing brilliant there. Let him do that. And the same with Ugochukwu. Ugochukwu's had a good start to his, I was going to say, Santos career for a second then. For his Southampton career, he's been doing really, really well there. He wasn't getting much minutes recently, but with the new manager that's come in, he's been getting more minutes. He's looking decent there. Like I've already said, the only way I think I would say, yeah, okay, bring one of them back, and it would be Ugochukwu, no doubt about it, because I want Santos to keep doing the brilliant things that he's doing right now at Strasbourg. The only way I would want to bring one of them back is if we cannot get a loan for another midfielder. If we spend money again on another midfielder, then like on a permanent deal, then we are absolutely ludicrous. Then we're stupid. So anyway, now let's speak about the loan thing, because like I said, there's been a player that's been around on the loan things. I want to give my opinion on it. So Matt Law said this: Chelsea did ask on the conditions of loaning Douglas Luiz to the end of the season, but do not want to pay a big fee or commit to an obligation which Juventus are demanding. Douglas Luiz, we all know Douglas Luiz. He played for Aston Villa. I think it was last season, the season before, I think it was. You know, in the Premier League, we've seen him in the Premier League. He was a really, really good player in the Premier League. I thought he was actually probably a top 10 midfielder in the Premier League, quite comfortably as well. So probably around the 7th, 6th margin as of recent. But it doesn't seem to have looked to have gone correctly at Juve, which, you know, it can happen sometimes. It can happen. But if the loan option is there, I'd take it. Even if it means we do it so it's like a 6-month loan and then an option to buy. Not an obligation, like an option to buy. So technically we don't have to trigger it, if you know what I'm saying. I apologise, I felt that coming for about 5 minutes. Yeah, so basically we don't have to trigger it, you know what I'm trying to say. So just an option to buy. That's what I do, just to make Juventus happy. You know, just say to Juventus, try to smooth the deal, be there like, yeah, 6-month loan with an option of 25 million buy option. And if Juventus go, yeah, correct, do the 6-month loan, send him back. You know what I'm saying? I think he'd do all right. He's used to the Premier League. You know what? He knows what to expect from the Premier League. He's an experienced type of player in a sense. He's got loads of experience. I'd do it. I'd do it just for 6 months. If it meant especially that Ugochukwu and Santos can just go and play their football, continue playing their football in their teams that they've been playing with for this past 6 months, and how brilliant they're doing, especially Andre. So I'd keep it like that. I wouldn't be against the Douglas Luiz deal personally. So let me know in the comments down below what you all thought about that. Moving on to the last bit of news. This is the news that was given 2 or 3 days ago. So we made a signing. And this is my opinion. So anyway, Chelsea agreed to sign Mamadou Sarr from Blue Co Group Club Strasbourg for next season 25-26. Package worth €15 million, add-ons included. Deal set to be sealed, as Fabrice Hawkins reported. 2005-born centre-back has already agreed to the move. Alright, okay, I've got to say this. We've bring back Anselmino, and we bring back Trevor Chalobah, okay? We bring those two back. What's the point in this signing? I get it, it's for next season, but I just don't understand. I don't understand the plan. A 2005 born player. He's 20, maybe 19. We need to stop this young player thing, especially at the back. The back line is the more important thing. You know what? For the wingers, I'm not really too fussed about if they're all young players battling it out. You know what I'm trying to say? Because for wingers, you need that energy and stuff like that. You know what I'm trying to say? But especially for defence, you need some experienced players in there to try and help guide those young players. You know what I'm trying to say? This is my perfect example for it. When Aspie joined the club, yeah, in 2013, or 2012, one of the two, he was young, inexperienced. None of us even heard of him. He was brought for like 6 million. You know what I'm trying to say? The reason why Aspie became what he was at Chelsea, 12 years later, captain, leader, proper Chelsea, you know what I mean, cared for the club, was a brilliant defender. Maybe towards the end he wasn't, because he lost his legs, admittedly. But he was brilliant still. You know what I'm trying to say? You know, for at least 9 or 10 of those seasons, consistent. Mr. Consistent, Dave. Do you know the reason why he became that leader? That player at Chelsea became at that standard, even though he never had that potential? Because he was learning off players like Gary Cahill and John Terry. Leaders, experience. John Terry, when he came into Chelsea, he had Desailly players that had to learn off. Yeah? Dennis Wise, I think, even though he wasn't a defender, it might have been the same era, if I'm not mistaken, but it might have been Dennis Wise. Reece James, the reason why he's already so unbelievable, it was no doubt he was going to reach that unbelievable height, yeah? But the reason why he's already so unbelievable and got there so quickly is because he was learning off Dave. He was learning off Aspilicueta, who was learning off John Terry. Experience, helping out the young player, that then when that experienced player leaves, the young player can take over and has that experience to help out that next young player. We've got none of that. Who's going to help the Sarr kid out? Who's going to help him out? Wesley Fofana? Levi Colwill? Anselmino? Are you having a laugh? Seriously. And I'm not talking, sorry about that guys, 20%. I always say this, the percentage thing comes up all the time whenever I'm making a video. But, you know, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm not talking like 3 or 4 years of experience, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm not talking about that type of experience. I'm talking that's been in the game. Properly in the game. We've got no players like that in our team. We did have Thiago Silva. Levi Colwill knew him for 1 year. You know, it's not good enough. We need experience in this team to help these young players. I don't mind us signing young players. It's not what I'm trying to say. I don't mind us signing young players and players for 5 years' time. I don't mind that as long as we've got experience in the team. But we're not going to do that, are we? We're not going to do that. So, is this kid set up for failure? I don't know. But I'm not going to crucify him because I've not watched any games of him. I've not seen what he's like. Apparently he's really, really good. Apparently he's 6'4" as well. But we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, that's all my 2 cents and everything. Let me comment down below what you all think about the news that's been cooking up recently. Please like, subscribe, everybody. Take care. Hit the bell notification so notified every time I load a video. Because videos come at any time. Who knows? We could get Here We Go for bloody Garnacho tomorrow. So, we could. You never know. So, bell notification on, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.